All right, let's wait for Taylor.
Oh, okay.
And then until then, I can give me a gun question.
Hmm.
Because you said you like a gun. Are you an aficionado or like?
Yeah,
it sounds like you like guns.
Yeah, I
He's an
ran the biggest
expert.
gun YouTube channel in the world for years. I owned well over 100 guns. I don't like to use the word expert, but I'm pretty well versed.
Got you. Okay, so is there a way to get a gun online?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
how do
so
I
you're
do
gonna
this?
you're gonna want to you have to go through your local gun store or get yourself a federal firearms license so that you are in fact a store if you wanted it like directly mailed to you. What there isn't, and this is one of those political hot button issues, people talk about online gun sales and how there's no background check, and that's just a lie that people tell. What happens when you buy a gun online is they ask you for your, what dealer do we need to mail this to? And then they mail the gun to your local dealer, your local gun store. And then you go into that gun store and you're like, hey, is the gun here? And they're like, yeah, this one's for you, Bill. Just fill out your background check, show me your identification, we'll run your paperwork, we'll handle the transaction, and we're done. The reason to buy guns online is if you're getting a good price, like better than you'd get in a gun store, or if you're buying like a used firearm from another individual. Like if I wanted to sell you a gun, not me because I can't anymore, but if Woody wanted to sell you a gun, the
purely hypothetical.
Yeah, if you guys were in the same room, you could just give him $500 and he could hand you the firearm, and that's perfectly legal. But if you wanted to do some shipping, then you would give him your local gun store's information, just their address and all that stuff, and he would go to his gun store, and they would mail the gun, through UPS to the gun store, and you'd go in there, fill the paperwork out, and they'd handle the transaction for you.
So is there places like, because you hear this all the time, because I don't know shit about guns. I don't know nothing. I could shoot. Like I went to firearms, the range a couple times. I have a Glock 40, but I don't ever touch it. It's just in case some shit pop off. That's it. But I want something a little more powerful than a Glock 40 in case some shit pop off. And so
like a long gun?
Yeah, like some kind of something that'll really, you know what I mean?
Woody and I are going to be on the same. Woody and I are going to pretty much agree completely on that, I would guess, and that's a shotgun, a 12-gauge shotgun, probably a pump action because they're 100% reliable. And at that point, there are really only two options. They're both about $350 to $500, and that would be a Remington 870, which is my preferred ergonomic setup, or the Mossberg 500, I guess. They're both ultra reliable 12-gauge pump action shotguns. With a shotgun, it's just going to instantly kill anyone that's in your home if you're shooting buckshot or something like that.
Remington 870, you said?
Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds.
Or Mossberg 500. Is that the other one you like?
Yeah, I would prefer the Remington 870. I like where the safety is on that one, and I like where the pump release is located on that one. They're just more ergonomic for me, and it's what I grew up with. But those things are $300 to $500 depending on which one you get. And there's some of them that are made for bird hunting. There are some of them that are made for like turkey hunting, which is a different kind of bird hunting and requires a different kind of firearm. And then there are tactical and self-defense models. And but if you're talking about something that you could just put in the closet, and if some dude broke into your house, you'd feel 1,000% secure that like it don't matter what he's on, it doesn't matter how many weights he pumped before he got there, it doesn't matter if he's on meth and steroids and he's mad and he wants to get you. If you shoot somebody in the same room as you with a 12-gauge shotgun, it's going to fucking destroy them. Whereas with a pistol, maybe not so much. A crazy guy.
What's the range on a shotgun?
It's a lot farther than you would think based on movies and video games.
Video games is not good because I run around with the shotgun and Valorant and be getting toe up.
Yeah, at 50 yards, you'd still kill a person with
50 yards.
Farther than
that's
really.
More than enough for me then.
And if you were shooting like slugs, 100 yards, they'll really reach out and touch stuff because at the end of the day, it's shooting a handful of like 30 caliber balls at 1,300 feet per second, and they're not going to slow down to like.
Wow.
slow down that much at 50 yards, 100 yards. They're still going. If you hit the person, it's going to fuck them up. I've seen a lot of people get shot in the bird field with like bird shot, which is little bitty pellets, like they pale in comparison to like buckshot, which is legit. And it goes way into their skin at like 60, 70 yards. Like it fucks people up.
Jesus.
But I get something like that.
Why
Yeah, no,
online,
this-
Arian? What attracted you to doing it online?
I don't like people that much.
Mhm.
So I mean, I guess, but I guess I still have to go out and go to the gun store then.
What state are you in?
Texas.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right. Go to the gas station. They got one there. Texas, dude. Texas? Are you kidding me? Go to a gun show. Fuck everything else. Find a big gun show.
So you can just go, I can just go buy one and just walk up and get one.
Yeah, it'll be no big deal. I mean, you fill out a little background check form, which is like basic information. So I think maybe your social security. If you had a concealed carry permit, which depending on the state, there's different requirements to get them. In Georgia, if you want a concealed carry permit, you give them like $50 and your thumbprint, and they're like, here you go. And they give you a fucking concealed carry permit. In North Carolina, where Woody is, he had to go through like a class where you prove some proficiency.
I think you got to take a class here. You got to take a class.
It's worth having.
Shooting
It's worth having one of those. Like having one of those. For one thing, the biggest thing for me, because I used to buy so many guns, you don't even have to do that background check anymore. Because just having that concealed carry permit proves that you're legit. So you can just be like, yeah, I got one of these. It's like, oh, all right, well, I'll just use that then. They don't even have to run your info anymore. But
and you can just walk up to the counter and grab one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I want to do.
There's no waiting period. There's no like, not in Texas. There's no, and it won't take long either. By the time you've like picked your gun out, like they'll be running your information and you can go pick out what kind of shotgun shells you want. And by the time you've got those picked out and paid for, you'll be done. Like it's 10 minutes.
The only thing I was going to add, so if you buy it online, this is probably not important to you. They charge an extra like $15 or $35-ish for your local store to do the background check. If you buy locally, usually that's free.
Yeah. They'll often call it a transfer fee or something like that. It's just something to, it's just so that they're getting paid for something, right? Because like they're handling all the paperwork and they are doing the transaction. And if you bought it from somebody else, they become an unpaid middleman, and they don't like that.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah, or else they would do it. Yeah, it'd be free.
The only other thing, I have a Remington 870, but mine's the Marine one, which is cool because it's silver.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. The different kinds of them, like there's some of them that like look cooler than others.
The Marine,
definitely. I was looking at some of them. Some look like old as shit, but some of them got that.
Check out the Marine
one.
It's two things. One, it's a little shorter. I guess so you could use it inside your small yacht, and also it's rust resistant, and I think it looks cool. It
does look cool. That's a cool one. And then like, you know, I would add a flashlight to that motherfucker that you flick on with by just squeezing one of your hands in its natural firing position, and you can get this little thing that goes on the stock that'll hold like 5 to 8 shotgun shells extra, and you'll be a lethal motherfucker.
So what about the TAC 14? I'm looking at it.
It's probably got some sort of like AR.
It's just like stuff. It doesn't have like a like the shoulder thing, like when you like where you push it in your shoulder. It's more of like a handheld kind of feel.
I don't do that. No, I don't do that.
Okay. Yeah. Don't do that.
No, you want to stock. This is like some movie gun bullshit right here. This is like, if you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, maybe rock one of these on your motorbike, but you don't want that. No, you want to stock. You want to get that thing, because I mean you're a big dude anyway, but like the first time you shoot it, it's still gonna kind of kick you a little bit because you've never done it before. Right. But like once you like get used to it, like I can shoot one in each hand. You know, I can do some silly stuff with them, and I'm not all that strong.
And the other thing, of course, Kyle knows this, but when you first get a pump shotgun, shoot it a little bit and get used to it. When I was brand new to it, I made a mistake. I think it's Kyle helped me. Short shucking. And the pump, you got to pull it all the way back and push it all the way forward. And it's best if you do it like a man, like boom, boom, you know, like get it all the way back, all the way forward. Right. If you go halfway or maybe you're a little sissy on it, then you can introduce unreliability. So
yeah, you got to build a little muscle memory. It was kind of foreign to me because I was shooting one of these things when I was 7 years old. So like I couldn't understand that, but it's definitely the one Woody's got is like $850.
Is it? Okay.
$880, I think. Like here's
I think it was cheaper in the day.
You could probably find it cheaper. And another thing is used guns is it's not like used cars. There's so few moving parts, and guns are so reliable. And oftentimes people don't to wear. I've never heard of people wearing guns out. Like it's just not a thing. Like my dad has an 870 that the one I'm talking about that I shot when I was 7. He still got it. It's an 870 Wingmaster that he bought when he was 25 years old, and he's still got. And he's 65 now, and it works fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a little rusty. It's a little scratched up, but it's going to work every fucking time you pump it. And I'm telling you, there's nothing more lethal inside a house and nothing easier to shoot as far as hitting a man-sized target at medium ranges, because it's going to shoot a kind of a spread of pellets.
So what kind of like AR would you recommend?
So it depends on price point, but for like $1,000, you can get anything you want. There's a lot of AR companies, right? Like Daniel Defense are good. Noveski is good. It just depends what you want your AR-15 to do. If you're going to go to the range and shoot paper with it, who cares? If you're going to like go to like bench rest competitions or 3-gun competitions, you need a lot. You might need some fancy attachments.
I just want to in case some shit pop off. I just want one of those.
Yeah, you can get that done for like $650, $750. I would just get like a Smith & Wesson. I don't know. Smith & Wesson is good. Daniel Defense is quite good.
So this sounds like an indoor gun, Kyle. What would you do for a sight?
Red dot.
Red dot. Okay.
I get a red dot personally.
Well, I was asking the thought process. I have a red dot on mine, but if I haven't touched it for a while, the battery can be dead. And that sounds like a spot Arian could be in 2026 or something.
It depends on
shit.
It depends on optics. like I'm definitely not an optics expert or anything, but there are optics that use iridium, which is a radioactive element. So there is no battery really, and they'll just stay lit forever. Like literally. Well, there's a half-life of, I don't remember what it is, but it's like a half-life of literally like 800,000 years or something like that. Like will be good for the foreseeable future of the planet. The gun will turn to dust before the sight stops working.
The Earth will hit the sun before the sight stops working.
And the other thing is, man, like if you really think about the nuts and bolts of having a gun battle inside your fucking house, are you really going to be aiming? This ain't Call of Duty. You're going to spray that motherfucker down. You're gonna start shooting, and
I was Valorant training, man. Crosshairs be up, dog.
Like you ever play paintball or airsoft or anything like that,
bro? Yes.
Oh, I mean, if you've ever run up on somebody,
shit hurts, dog.
Like when I run up on somebody,
tell you that like that.
And airsoft,
Thanks,
there's no aiming. It's just like
yeah, you spraying. Yeah, you spray.
Spraying.